Hi guys, it's Lisa Unger. I am here again with three good things. And I'm super excited today because I get to chat with Samantha Bailey. She is the #1 best-selling author of Woman on the Edge. Woman on the Edge was on the Toronto Star bestseller list for, is it 21 weeks? Or is it
22?
22 weeks? Who's counting? Congratulations. So I am actually I've just started reading it and I am absolutely riveted, gripped from page 1. And so Samantha, thank you so much for being here to chat with us today, or actually to chat with me. There's really just me. It's not like the royal lead.
And your labradoodle somewhere behind
Oh
you.
yeah, Jack. While we were talking before, my husband came up and took him out. It was like, come on, let's go. Because he was definitely setting himself up to be the center of attention.
Of course. Anyway, thank you. No, thank you so much, Lisa, for having me here. I'm a huge fan, have been for so long.
Thank you.
I was telling you before that I saw you at VoucherCon in Dallas, and I whispered your name because I was too shy, and so I didn't get to meet you in person.
Well, I hopefully one of these days we will be at another VoucherCon, and then we can have a proper sit down and a drink. And one of these days, I'm sure we'll be able to gather in that way again. But in the meantime, I'm glad that we have this. We were talking before about how I kind of consider myself an extreme introvert. And I'm maybe not this much of an introvert though. Maybe I realize I do miss my friends. So I think that's part of the reason why I started doing these three good things, so that I could talk to my friends and then also, connect in the way that we get to do at conferences. I've met so many people just in the hallways and at the bar and stuff. And every year it's kind of, you get to hang out with your sort of longtime friends, and then you get to make new friends too. So at least we have this, and we can chat in this really nice way. So thanks.
I would say definitely. I was just, I think, I don't know if we ever would have done this,
right,
not for what's going on. So
yeah,
there is, I guess, a positive side, or you can, take the hopeful side of it, that I don't know if this many of us would have connected as much as we have in the last few months.
Yeah, it's definitely, a silver lining and some of the harder aspects of all of this. So when I started, and we'll get to three good things in a moment, but when I was just going to say, when I started Woman on the Edge, I realized that it has a striking similarity to, well, I'm just going to, Confessions on the 745, where the beginning of my book, there's just this sort of what seems to be at the moment kind of a chance encounter on a train. Yours, of course, takes place in a station, but and it's just it's a very sort of pulse pounding first scene. It was kind of probably everybody who's a mom was going to feel it right in there. Right, and there's so yeah, good, right? Hopefully, right? So I was just going to mention that there was that, is that something that for me, it's always a theme that, or a thread that runs through my work, is it's that one moment, right? The one sort of encounter, and everything that kind of came before it and everything that comes after it, and how these two lives kind of converge at one point in time, and what the ramifications of that are. Is that something that you were thinking about when you started Woman on the Edge?
Yeah, 100%. I also want to say I have your book, and I can't wait to start it. So I'm very excited. And yes, and with the next thriller I'm working on as well, it is about that single moment that changes your life forever.
Yeah.
And those moments happen, and nothing is ever the same.
Right.
And I find that really terrifying and also fascinating. And I think I write about what terrifies me. So, and I think many of us write about what terrifies us.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
we put it on the page. And so, yes, definitely that moment, and the moment you never saw coming as well.
Right.
And again, back to the pandemic, it's a lot of that where you never saw it coming.
No.
Nothing will ever be the same. Maybe the world will ultimately go back slowly, but our experiences, who we are now, our psychology, everything has completely changed.
Right.
The way it is when, yes, you have that single encounter that, alters your life forever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something that I have found fascinating. And I think it's really kind of like true in life, because you always sort of think, well, it's the big things that matter, right? It's like where you go to school. It's like who you marry, what connections you make and stuff like that. But in fact, it's often, it's just like, did you oversleep? Or did you miss the train? Yeah. Or, did you turn down this street that you've never walked down before? And it's usually those moments where sort of our lives tend to pivot. So I'm always exploring that in some sense or another in most of my novels. Anyway, so we are here today to talk about 3 good things. So
I like how positive that is. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so you don't have to think about sort of the dangerous encounters. Let's think about the good stuff. So we're all big, all writers are readers first. And hopefully none of us ever lose that, and never lose the joy of opening a book and just being like, oh, this is gonna, it's gonna be so great, that excited reader feeling. And I know that you've been a big reader since you were a kid. Like I read that it was like a very similar thing to my parents. My parents are readers. There were tons of books around all the time. Yep. And it was absolutely zero censorship. If I could reach it, I could read it. Nobody was interfering with that at all. So I know you're a big reader. Is there something that you're reading right now, or something that you kind of return to again and again for comfort when you sort of want to recharge your writer batteries or just escape for a little while?
It's a really good question. Yeah, I'm a huge reader. I would not be a writer if I weren't a reader.
Absolutely.
Like I buy books more than anything else in the world. Yeah. So I don't often reread books. There've been a couple, but I'm not a big rereader. And one of the reasons is my TBR is so huge.
Right.
And I always want to get, that next book, the next book.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you about 2 books. One that I recently finished, and then one I'm currently reading. So the one I recently finished is They All Fall Down by Rachel Housel Hall.
Oh, I've heard about this. It's on my TBR list. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like crazy bananas in the best way.
Oh, cool.
It takes place on, a remote island. It's very Agatha Christie.
Oh, nice.
And what I also love is it has dark humor.
Oh, yeah. That's so hard to do.
So hard to do. Within a thriller, that's so hard to do. Yeah. And, she nails it. So while you're terrified and while, you're gripping the edge of the table, at the same time, you're laughing.
Right.
So I really, really love that. So I would recommend that book.
Excellent.
And then I am currently reading Little Hills by Megan Miranda.
Megan was just on. She's awesome. She's so great. Yeah.
She is. I'm really lucky. I'm actually doing an event with Megan and Amy Stewart and Rosnay very soon, and I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That's really fun. You're also doing one I saw on your website, which is SamanthaMBailey.com. Anybody who wants to know more about Samantha can visit her website. But I also noticed that you were doing one with Jennifer Hillier, who I also absolutely adore. I just love her.
Not only do I think she's an exceptional writer, but she is a good friend of mine.
Oh yeah.
She has my heart. Like, I just think she is such a wonderful, genuine, down-to-earth, amazing person.
Yeah, she's wonderful, and I loved her book. It was fantastic. Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
And this book, it's I just started it, but it is also fantastic. Megan Miranda, has a way of writing twisted right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And hooks you right from the beginning. So already from the start, you want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Who do I trust? And this one deals with sleepwalking and how our past informs our present. And I find sleepwalking is so intriguing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having a complete lack of control over your own actions, not even aware that you're doing it.
Right.
So I'm tearing through this one. So that is right now my recent read. And thank you, Megan. You're keeping me sane when my children are home all summer.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's excellent. Great choices. So we're also, obviously we're all home, with our kids and our spouses and our pets, and it's wonderful. I mean, it's just nonstop joy fest all the time. Of course, never any problems with that. But we're all watching a lot of TV together. That's for at least that's what's happening here at my place. Is there anything that you are watching, or like a television series or a movie, or anything again that you kind of return to when you need an escape or comfort or anything like that? Because I know my daughter and I will watch and rewatch the same things over and over again, just because I don't know, it just like there's certain things that we like love that we want to watch again. Is there anything like that for you, or something else that's been going on?
Yes, I have. So one show that I would rewatch constantly, and one that I just started watching with my family over the last few months. So I love TV. I do. I love books. I love TV. I love entertainment.
Yeah.
So TV, Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah.
And as a proud Canadian, what they have managed with that show.
Right. Yeah. That's right. I forgot that it was Canadian. Yeah, it is absolutely. It's such a great show. I mean, what's so funny about it is that like there's such tremendous character development within, and that's of course, like that's the most important thing for every single story, right? Funny or dark or whatever, is like if you don't care about those people, then you don't care about anything else. And they've done such an amazing job with that.
Yeah, and they also, they represent the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
And it just is like it's just part of this community and part of the family and part of relationship. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
It's a great show. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and you can't like stop laughing.
I know.
It's just, I could rewatch it again and again. And yeah, anyway, so proud Canadian of what they've done.
That's very cool.
So sad it ended, but I think it had, it's one of those shows had to end.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, and the other show that I discovered that I hadn't watched before is Superstore.
Which one?
Superstore.
I haven't heard of it.
Oh, okay. So it takes place in like it's supposed to be like a Walmart, I guess. It's called Cloud9, and it's this huge shopping conglomerate.
Oh my god.
Quirky cast of characters.
Oh wow.
It's so funny, and it's also nice. It is one of the most diverse casts I have ever seen.
Oh, great.
And it deals with really serious issues through comedy. So it is about relationships, and it is about the store, but it is about, fair wages. It is about immigration. It is about, feminism. There's just so much to unpack, and it is so funny. We all watch it. I think we binged 3 episodes like a day.
Oh my gosh, we totally have. That sounds right up our alley. It really does.
Because it's one of those shows you can watch with kids.
Yeah, which is nice, because then it's nice when you can all enjoy what you're watching, because so often there's an imbalance. Usually when your kids want to watch it, you're like, ugh. But lately there's so much like good programming, and that's really, and we're so into that, like the quirkier sort of the better for us.
It's very like, I think the creator might have created The Office. I might be totally wrong. But it has a very Parks and Rec community, The
Oh
Office.
yeah, which we love. We love both of those shows. And then we just watched a couple of days ago Eurovision.
Oh, is it out?
It is out. It is it's awesome. It is like the best movie ever. It's so hilarious and just sweet and just kind of like heartwarming and uplifting and totally quirky. It's brilliant. We absolutely, our whole family, well actually Ocean and I loved it. Jeff was kind of like, did we pay for this? I was like, but he came around to it too. It just took him a little longer to like you have to kind of enter into the universe and like be kind of swept away. But you should definitely, it's on Netflix.
Perfect.
You should definitely watch it with your kids. They will absolutely love it.
If it's out on, sometimes Netflix Canada is a bit delayed.
Oh, delayed.
When we get stuff, so I'll check and see if it's out yet. Have you seen, sorry, now you've got me talking about television. Have you seen Upload?
No. Oh, is that the one where the guy he dies? And yeah, no, we started it and then we didn't go back to it.
Go back to it.
We'll go back to it. I guess I think and this is funny because I'm, because of the kind of books I write, I found it a little bit too sad. Like I didn't like that he was trapped. I felt like he was trapped in the hotel, like with this girl, from this girl that he didn't really know. So it got me really like super stressed out. I should keep saying, let's go back. I
can see that. I have a hard time watching dark shows.
Yeah.
So I'll write. I love writing and reading really dark things. I think it's seeing it on a screen.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not the darkness so much that gets to me. It's like just when things are sad or somebody is like sort of like mistaken identity, or like somebody's trapped and they, are like falsely imprisoned, or, like erroneously locked up in a psychiatric hospital. Like there are just certain things like that just really,
when their power is taken away.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it probably doesn't take a panel of shrinks to figure it out. Well, so here at our place, we're watching TV, we're reading, all of that, but we're also, the three of us, we're cooks. We all like to cook and like experiment in the kitchen. And so do you have anything, is there like a go-to like comfort meal for your family, or is there like something that you're just like, okay, this is easy, we're doing this like every other day right now? Like, what are you guys doing at home?
I hate cooking with every ounce of my being. I love eating.
You're not the first one to say this.
I'm a terrible cook. I am impatient. When it comes to writing, I'm so patient. And, I'm willing to pay my dues, and I'm so patient. With cooking, I just want it done on the plate. And I don't want to, I just find no pleasure in recipes.
Why is it so long?
So, I definitely, though I do cook for my children, I love them. They might prefer I don't cook for them. But yes, I do cook for them. Mm-hmm. However, my favorite like comfort food, at least right now, is fried chicken. So if someone else makes it for me, then I am perfectly happy.
Just eat fried chicken like every day.
I would probably eat fried chicken. I know it's horrible. And I do eat salad. I'll put like salad on.
That's fine. Yeah, it's good.
But I love greasy, salty, crunchy food.
Who doesn't, right? It's like, especially I think like right now, like I think we sort of maybe don't even realize like how much like sort of comfort, we take in the foods that we eat and stuff, and how it, there are certain things that you like, when you're having a day, like there's certain things that you like just kind of crave. And I think that's, it's almost like a form of self-medication.
It is a form of self-medication. What's your best recipe?
Well, see, we both really cook a lot, and we tend to be, we're kind of like part-time vegetarians. So we'll do stuff like, you will do like a Mediterranean platter, like, so we'll do like eggplant and falafel and like a big salad and stuff like that. Or, we're very into like ground turkey is like the main staple of our life, basically. Like, we just kind of, because it could be anything from like, you know, um, turkey tacos, or there's a ziti that I make with, with the ground turkey. We grill a lot. We do a lot of grilling. My husband is like a big green egg cult member. Like, do you know what this is? It's like a big like smoker grill thing, and the
Green
men,
egg. Oh, those
yeah,
old,
yeah,
yes.
it's like, and when you have it, you're like part of a cult. Like, people that are into it are just like, oh my god, they have all these like tips and tricks that they like share with each other. That's kind of like my husband's thing. I'm always going to default to like kind of, Italian, because that's my roots. So that's the stuff that I know how to make, like, from osmosis. So I'm always gonna, kind of defer to that. So, and lately we've been like just experimenting more with like, we did salmon with like a bourbon maple glaze. We've been doing all different
You're
kinds of like
killing me.
roasted vegetables and stuff like that. So the one thing I will say is that we were kind of in, before the pandemic, we were kind of in a little bit of a rut. Like, we were kind of cooking like the same stuff all the time, which I think is normal. Like, when everybody's busy and you have the same stuff that you have all the time. But then like when, we were sort of on lockdown and we were home and cooking all the time, then we started to like, expand our horizons a little bit. So,
which is nice. I mean, I think whatever you enjoy, I'm always amazed at the passion people have for cooking.
Yeah. You're like, what do you like about that?
And I think it might be the same people would say about writing.
Yeah, right.
For me, it's like breathing. And for you too, I'm sure it's like breathing. But to watch your passion is amazing. And I would like you very much to cook for me.
Yes, I would. I'll definitely cook for you at some point. I really enjoy cooking because it's a creative enterprise that allows me to kind of, not blank out, but just go to that Zen space where your mind is like free. So I find that a lot of the times when I'm doing stuff like that, that's when I might work out a narrative problem. Whereas it's the same with exercise. It's like when I working out is like a big part of my process. So it's that walking and, working out time where your mind is, your body is engaged and your mind is engaged in some way, but like your imagination is free. And it just kind of gets to do, and that's where I find in those types of spaces, that's where I find, my next step forward, or, a narrative problem comes, it becomes clear where I need to go or whatever. So those are the kind, and it's also like, I love being able to, there's like homemaking, like the idea of something cooking on the stove to me is like, very like, okay, we are home and we are like, creating the space, like creating a kind of warmth or whatever. But
that's how I felt about my slow cooker.
right.
I did get a slow cooker.
Yeah.
And there is,
amazing.
When the smell of it. So
right.
It made cooking so much easier for me too, because I would throw everything in and it actually tasted decent. But the smell made me feel like that's home. Like, it felt like,
exactly.
I felt like I'm such a good mom.
Like, I'm such a great mom. The whole house smells like chicken soup.
Yes, I'm taking care of like the kids, and it smells like a home and it feels like a home. So yes, I would say the slow cooker is that. That
is a great thing. And my daughter was like doing some cooking at school, and she's very into the air fryer, which we don't have, but I'm considering purchasing for her because I just want to, facilitate any desire she has to accomplish anything.
Yes, do it.
So I heard the air fryer is a really cool item to add to your, if there's like a combo slow cooker, Instapot, air fryer. It's just like, it's basically like a rocket ship, right? Like, It can do so much. It dices, it slices, whatever.
I might have to look into it because it might be able to make fried chicken easier.
Yeah, exactly. I think we've arrived at what you need to do next.
Yes, this actually might change my whole life. This is my inciting incident.
This is your one moment. This is the one moment on which your whole life pivots. Yes. I love it. Excellent. Well, I'm glad we got that taken care of. And Samantha, thank you so much for joining me and for sharing your 3 good things, more than 3 good things, a lot of good things. That's what we're going to call this one. And I just love talking to you. And I'm so looking forward to one of these days connecting in the real world. And don't whisper when you see me. Just go, Lisa.
Yeah, no, this time I'll feel confident enough to go up to you and say, it's me.
Awesome. Well, I'm really looking forward to that. Until then, anybody that wants to know more about Samantha, it's SamanthaMBailey.com, and her exciting book is Woman on the Edge.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here, Samantha.
Thank you.